Welcome back to the Ricoh Arena, where we have a cracking encounter to look forward to. Ronnie O'Sullivan takes on Jimmy White in the first group match this afternoon, and these two know each other very well. They've met on 40-odd occasions, but it's some considerable time since Jimmy has had the better of Ronnie. Let's get the action underway. Clive Everton is joined by Neil Folds in the commentary box, but first, over to our MC Phil Seymour to introduce two legends of the game.
Thank you, Jill. Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to ManBet X Champion of Champions, brought to you by Matchroom Multisport, here at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry. This is the best of 7 frames to a place in tonight's group final. We welcome to the table, firstly, a true legend of the sport. The People's Champion, a 5-time ranking event winner. He comes here as the World Seniors Champion. The whirlwind of Old London Town, Jimmy White! Opponent, a winner of a record-equaling 36 ranking events, including 5 World Championships. He's a 3-time winner here, and the reigning and defending Champion of Champions, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
Two of snooker's most enduringly popular and charismatic players are in opposition this afternoon. Ronnie O'Sullivan, winner of 5 titles in the last 12 months.
Thank you.
The defending champion.
Jimmy White to break.
And Jimmy White, now 57 years of age, managed to get the last place by winning the World Seniors.
Yes, great friends off the table, but on the table, this will be a real fight. And the best player win. There's no real friendships out there. There's no point in that. Everyone is playing for their livelihoods.
And their pride, of course. Jimmy White has not beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan in a proper match since the 2002 Masters at the old Wembley Conference Centre.
Well, I think it was a fair enough shot to go for. He probably felt he would only leave easily, if any reds. He'd leave the one that he'd played. He got quite close to it. Jimmy has got an option of a red into his right corner that's very straight. A bit more extension on the cue was needed, even to get to it without the rest. Table has been playing very lively, responsively, to the point where it takes some of the players just a few shots to get used to it this week. Still can't quite reach it.
always been a very good rest player ever since he was a young boy, because his father, Tommy, would never tolerate climbing on the table if he couldn't reach the shot normally. It had to be a rest shot.
Yeah, he hit that one well though, didn't he, with the rest? Despite all that, we know how good he is, but could have hardly ever imagined him playing it better, and he's in first. The problem he's got here is either kissing the black or a couple of reds below the black. He's got to avoid all of that. That's a better shot than it looks, and that was well played. Now, what does he do here? They've got red at the base of the bunch and the other two to the right of the pink. Jimmy White always puts his cue to the bottom of the cue ball straight away, and you think he's going to play a screw shot, but at the last second he just raises it
16.
up, often to play a shot with topspin. Well, this is the kind of start he really
17.
needed in this match, to be in first and given the chance to settle into his natural game.
Sure.
And it's only best of 7. The shorter the match, the better chance
24.
the underdog has got.
Yeah, it's just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned by referee Paul Collier.
$25.
Slightly held that too much there. It'd be a bit straighter. Well, this is a nice little start. Terrific rest shot to start with, and now he's in.
32.
Getting an understanding of the conditions out there. Whatever you think of any practice table, as good
33.
as they may be, they never quite replicate the show table. All the lights burning down on them.
$40.
This is the trickiest shot he's had in this break.
Yeah, if he played it at a nice pace, gave it every chance of going in. Does he think about going into the bunch? He'd have to force it. I don't know if he's quite in good enough stroke to really hit this hard and risk missing it and opening the bunch. Playing on the loose red, I understand why.
$48.
6 reds, 6 blacks.
Yeah, if he plays up for the blue, the problem is the pink is away from the bunch and it's hard to split them directly from the blue. And that would be his usual way of going here if the pink was just at the top of the bunch. So he stays around the black spot, and now
49.
I don't think he's got any choice but to go into them this time. Again from the black. Well, he's a bit unlucky there, really. I mean, he didn't want to hit it
56.
with a lot of power and risk not going into them at all. And you never quite know how they're going to split. But I suspect it's end of break. No one knows better than Jimmy White. If you're playing Ronnie Sullivan, you've got to nail him to the bulk cushion when you can. No other way. And that might not be quite good enough.
Jimmy White,
Very good
56.
start though. 7 blacks to start.
56-0 then in the opening frame.
Oh, what an atmosphere we've got in the Ricoh Arena here today.
The long red goes wide of the target, so here comes the O'Sullivan counter-attack.
One.
The option to screw it around the angles. The yellow is kind of in the way of that shot. Natural path would be over the top of where the yellow is, so he might have to go the other way or get into it more. Yeah, that was the issue. It was just right in the wrong position for getting down towards the red. Thought he might go
6.
between the green and brown with right hand running side. I mean, Ronnie can play any shot. With some players, they have their favourite ways of playing in and out of bulk, but like I say, I think with O'Sullivan,
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
he's got all the tools. Surprised about that.
Not a significant response then to White's 56. Few flecks of grey appearing in O'Sullivan's hair as his 44th birthday approaches.
Well, he hasn't challenged Jimmy White with that particular safety shot. Jimmy has an option here, possibly even a shot to nothing red to the right corner. But he wants the cue ball back up, possibly behind yellow and brown. That kind of shape anyway. Hit it too thick. Table's quick enough for you to get away with that on absolute lightning. The bed on this table. Jimmy White won't move those 2 reds. More than happy for them to be tied up on the right side with his 50-point lead.
Primarily he was trying to get behind the yellow and brown. And also got pretty near the pot. Not a good safety from O'Sullivan.
No, I think the players have all said that the cloth, the way it is, you play it with, say, right-hand side, it will just go to the left originally, push it towards the object ball before it starts to come away with the side that you put on. That's a good one. And that's a well-played shot, playing that for the blue, not getting down to the bulk end. Now, if Jimmy's got any hopes of winning this match, and he is a big outsider to do so, he needs to get the first frame under his belt here now. That's okay.
6.
The cannon develops the red, which was tight under the pink.
7. 13.
Frame ball then.
14.
And pink, in addition, would put O'Sullivan completely out of the frame. White has played this opening frame immaculately.
20. 21.
His first positional error, but too late to make any difference.
$27. Jimmy White 27 on the frame.
With breaks of 56 and 27, Jimmy White takes the opening frame in impressive fashion. He leads Ronnie O'Sullivan by a frame to nil. So that's how Jimmy White clinched the first frame after opening the scoring with a 7 red, 7 blacks, 56. Now, can he maintain that kind of form?
The second frame.
And will he
Ronnie
get the
O'Sullivan
chance
to
to?
break.
How is O'Sullivan going to play?
Just seeing this wonderful audience we've got for this game. Two of the great crowd pleasers the game has ever seen. Of course, the other one, the late Alex Higgins. They were the three and have been the three that have always, as they call it, put bums on seats. And the audience are in for a terrific afternoon here, aren't they?
O'Sullivan didn't intend to bring the end red down from his break-off shot. Well, a hard ball coming off the pink gives him black ball position.
Might have just played off the bunch there to just hold a little higher for the black, but he'll take that all the same.
Eight. 9.
Well, Jimmy White, no stranger to the big crowd, even in the home nations and other events in the UK where he's not always on the show table. It's always a big following. It was the case in Crawley recently. I think there were more players, spectators, players waiting for their matches, all watching Jimmy's match, than were actually on the table next to it with all the lights around it. Still gets a lot of people interested in seeing him play.
In that gap, just give me a second, Jimmy.
Paul Colley just needs some time with this one.
It's a referee's nightmare to drop a ball into the bunch in replacing a colour. It has happened, but not to poor Collier.
Yeah, this is a complex one though, because he's got to put a red back, hasn't he, now? He deserves a round of applause if he gets this one done.
15.
They're a bit straight. He would have preferred top side. He's got one red out, but he knew this was a chance to get the bunch opened. He'll have to wait.
$21.
He's got himself the
22.
angle. Went into the bunch in the previous frame and nothing came out. Well, I don't think you can do a lot more than that. Again, not on a red.
29.
Well, White hasn't missed a ball yet that he could reasonably expect to have potted. Very good start from him. He was keyed up for this, and he's performing well.
Just lacked a bit of zip, that cue ball when it went into them, like some players you see and like Jimmy so often has done in the past. Difficulty here is playing safe. The two is in bulk means you can't really do anything very positive. He's gone for the double. Oh dear, he's hit the other red on the way through. Wow.
Jimmy White, 29.
It's okay, but only just.
Would have been easier if that had been slightly straighter, but played in such a way that he wasn't leaving anything easy if he happened to miss it. White safety develops the bunch, so this frame could be settled with a substantial break.
Yes, he can't get underneath the cue ball here at all to get it back to where it is. Well, the pace is too strong. He's left a red. Big misjudgment, as I say. The table has caught people out. The pace of it caught Sullivan out there.
There are potable reds, but none with an easy run to position.
Indeed, Clive, this red to the middle that he might be forced into playing. It seems to be dangerous to me. It's one that you need to make sure you get and worry about position afterwards. He's played it well, because he fancies knocking his black in. This is an even bigger shot if he plays it. Well, if he's going to win this match, he's going to have to pot balls like this, as much as you know the consequences of it not going in.
attack back. And now a frame clinching chance.
8.
This is a very impressive start from Jimmy. Just look where the balls are now, everything goes.
Nine.
That one just struggled into the pocket, and it's the reason that he's not perfectly behind a red.
15.
Very nice. Still in good position.
$23. 24.
When great players get significantly older, you usually find that they miss the odd
29.
easy ball for no apparent reason, but there hasn't been a sign of that yet. Even so, he's been a little bit unlucky with his position there.
Well, he played into a significant area of the table where he felt something would be on. And the half-ball kiss on that first red has blocked them all off, it seems. He knows he should have won the frame at this visit because he'd done all the hard work. That's for Ronnie. Well, he hasn't hardly had anything to go at yet. He's very subdued. He can do nothing sitting in a chair, whoever you're playing. This is a big shot. What a shot. What a shot.
30.
It's the last red he wanted to play, but he had no choice. Still got a bit more to do. Goodness me. There's a little gap between the cue ball and
36.
object ball. I don't know whether the red goes right up into the green pocket. You'd have to be careful not to play a push shot.
His intention, though, was to leave the red straight across into right middle.
Oh, what a shot that is. Well, you could have easily seen anyone push that, but Jimmy just got that cue away from the cue ball in time, having hit it. Probably lucky to be on it, but didn't he recover it well? What a start to this match for Jimmy White.
44.
The odds were stacked against him, but he looks like he's going to go 2-0 up in a best of 7 against arguably the greatest of them all.
Jimmy White 44 on the frame.
Yes, Sullivan needed snookers, so Jimmy White, away to the best possible start. He leads by 2 frames to 0. Best of 7, Jimmy White leads by 2 frames to 0. Ronnie O'Sullivan, as the racing
The third
commentators say,
Jimmy White to break.
yet to show. Jimmy White, 91% pot success rate. Sullivan only 40, but it's very early days. He's not had much to go at.
Difficult one for the crowd, isn't it? They don't know who to cheer on. It's always been Jimmy White. And now, of course, in the modern era, Ronnie O'Sullivan is their man. People are torn, I think. Just enjoying the occasion.
Immaculate length on the white safety.
Yes, he's picked up the pace of this table very quickly. I thought Sullivan might have just had a few shots at the end of frame 2. It's not usually his way, but on this one occasion I did wonder whether he'd hit some balls. Well, he was in trouble, but he played a huge shot there. And at the moment, he's suffering. He tried to get that cue ball back. He had no idea the red would end up there. It wasn't a reckless shot. It was just a way of getting up the table, I think.
1.
You get spells at snooker where you get punished for every little mistake you make. And Sullivan is on the back of 2 consecutive defeats, it has to be mentioned. Everyone's looking at it from Jimmy White's point of view. Lost to Meiji-Wen in the English, and Dominic Dale beat him in round 1, the held over round, over in New Shan last week. He's only human, and he's lost his last 2 matches.
Yes, both Meiji-Wen and Dominic Dale were inspired by the challenge of facing O'Sullivan. So O'Sullivan, his only significant success this season has been successfully defending the Shanghai Masters.
Six.
Well, the only thing that was good about the O'Sullivan shot was he put the black a little awkward, which hampered Jimmy White there, and he had no option but to play up the left side of the table. This is not an easy shot from the blue to his next red. It looks a little close to in off into the green pocket, actually, the natural angle.
Foul.
Well, if you think it's in off, it is in
Jimmy
off.
White
Usually.
7, Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
Although Sullivan hasn't had much table time, he's not played in, so I'm not that surprised he missed that long putt.
Well, the red is potable. It's not much fun, this shot. It's quite near the pocket, but he's got to hit it quite thin. virtually impossible to be certain of where the cue ball's going to end up on this. I think you have to pot the ball and hope for the best. It's not as easy as it might seem, this full distance of the table away.
One.
That's come out rather well, assuming pink goes to middle.
I think it must do, because when he sat in his chair and Jimmy just waved at him to say sorry about that. He'd be not sorry enough not to pot it though if he gets the chance. Well, for the complete neutral who just wants to see a good match, this is getting very interesting.
7.
Jimmy White has drawn a blank this season in main tour events. Alan McManus pointed that out. He won some matches in the 6 Reds, he's won some seniors matches, but on the official main tour he hasn't won anything. This would be a good way to start, wouldn't it?
$13.
The unintended cannon on the green keeps him at distance for his next red. Great shot to keep the break going.
A fabulous shot. It was absolutely smack in the centre of the pocket. This was, I think, in some ways his biggest cueing test that he's faced in this match.
Just overrunning his intended position.
19.
Well, he's done a complete lap of the table there, and there's absolutely no way he can keep this break going unless he tries to do something very difficult. Surely he's got to play safe. He's got to keep the pressure on O'Sullivan. Got to ask O'Sullivan
Jimmy
questions,
White, 19.
and he's doing so. Another good shot. I'd like to still be there scoring, but the next best thing is to park O'Sullivan at the bulk end for long periods.
Well, this is how Jimmy White used to play. He hasn't made a significant mistake yet.
Yes, Sullivan was shaking his head, and the reason is he's got 2 reds on the right side of the table, which are in the way of playing safe down that way. He just managed to avoid the first of them. It's a pretty good shot from Sullivan, his first, I think. Jimmy White with a very similar problem. I wonder if he could get the cue ball in the left corner where he's standing now. That's what he's looking at, playing the containing safety shot. What will he leave? because again, getting back to bault is not easy for him this time. There's not a great deal wrong with that shot.
No unforced errors yet. A lot of good play, including breaks of 56 and 44 in the first two frames. Good cue ball from O'Sullivan, but not such a good object ball.
No, he's left a bit of a tempter. Almost to the point where I don't know he can refuse this. Again, a tough cueing shot. Black's gone awkward. That's in Jimmy's favour.
Shouts of encouragement for O'Sullivan, but I don't think he's got anything to go at.
No, it's been a horrible 2.5 frames for Sullivan. Never mind the way that Jimmy White has played. He's played well. But Ronnie is coming to the table with never with anything on. Any mistakes that Jimmy has made have gone unpunished. Often because there's been nothing left for Ronnie Sullivan to go at. But as he knows, his experience, things can change.
And he's not one to panic if he gets behind.
I can tell you this is not easy. From where the cue ball is, it's very thin.
So is this where O'Sullivan starts to make his first impact on the match?
Five. Six.
Unexpected, but you can see that
Ronnie
it's just
O'Sullivan,
not in
6.
flow at all yet.
One.
Can open the cluster if he wants. Seems to me that White is
6.
playing with real belief.
He's got slightly awkward cueing here, I think.
7.
Well, he could get to centre ball striking, which was crucial. Well, if he's going to continue this dominance in this match, again, he has to punish Ronnie O'Sullivan for that bad miss this time on the brown. And he's overhit. First time. First time he didn't just stroke the ball in.
14.
Yeah, I think Jimmy White is experienced enough, very experienced.
Jimmy White, 14.
He recognised the signs. He knew that that was the moment when he really could have put himself in a very strong position in this match. And that in turn adds its own pressure, doesn't it? He knows he's got a chance to strike while Sullivan is not really in his best game. He knows it probably won't last forever.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Sometimes matches like this can turn on one shot. I wonder if not getting on that red could be the moment which brings Sullivan back into this match.
A backward look to see whether he's got away with that.
Yeah, sometimes you can only get a read off your opponent as to what sort of chance you've left. It's not happening, is it? Not yet.
Certainly wasn't easy, particularly as O'Sullivan has been so comprehensively frozen out.
I think he tried to hit the three reds there and he's ended up hitting them, I think.
Once.
Clipped off the top one. Not as planned. Could do worse than just nail that blue to a side cushion here. 30-point lead becomes even bigger if you've got high value colours on cushions.
Blue ball.
It's the only shot.
Jimmy White, 1.
2-0 and 30 in front. O'Sullivan too thick on the safety.
Yeah, I mean, he could easily get the cue in behind the green here, but because he wants to win the frame of this visit, check to see if the black is available to the right corner.
One.
No.
Jimmy White, 1.
That's the first ball he's missed that he would have expected to pot.
Yeah, I think divided concentration there, thinking also about the cannon on the red, getting that right.
One.
And here O'Sullivan develops the three reds.
He spread them all over the table.
8.
All of them are very potable now. And that
9.
shot that Jimmy White just missed is at the moment where the match turns.
$16. 17.
Don't know that he'll try and get the blue out here. Playing on that red, it's an option. He will need it. Played a controlled shot instead.
24.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot. That really is
25.
class.
cannoned the green to bring it out, knowing that he was going to have a shot at either brown or yellow.
That one really did wobble.
27.
Probably thinking that leaving the brown where it is, thinking of a situation where it gets on the brown to get the blue into play there, right there and then.
29.
And that's what he's thinking now. As long as he's straight enough on this green so he's not too far away from the brown.
.32.
Key pot, key cannon coming up.
It was so easy to do that. He just pushed it beyond the middle pocket. A little unlucky there, Sullivan, I think. He's trying to angle him, is he? Wow, what a shot that is.
You
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 36.
needed a sublime touch to do that.
That was very clever, wasn't it?
Good hit, but the blue is on. Pink is needed in addition.
That cue ball very nearly went on the floor there. What a shot. What a shot. Still got to pop this though, it's not easy. Frame ball. This match is really livening up. What a chance.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
Got second prize. Very dramatic conclusion to frame 3. Really has looked at the potting angle already here. Very difficult cut if he does play it. And if you're going to miss them, overcut them.
O'Sullivan needs only one of the remaining colours. White needs both. There's a big difference between 2-1 and 3-0.
Well, I feel that Jimmy White has no option to go for this. I think it'll come round the back of the black. He should be on it. I think it's a chance he can't really refuse, can he?
But played it in such a way that he was always giving himself a chance of snookering O'Sullivan by means of the black. Well,
Foul and a miss. Jimmy White, 6.
Well, nobody expected that. He was trying to hit it in a certain way to put distance between cue ball and pink.
I think he
6.
felt that he must kiss into the black ball there.
Yes, if he had just clipped it, it would surely have been potable.
Jimmy White 6.
Oh, this could be a natural double here to the right middle.
So near.
Things are just not quite happening for O'Sullivan the way they usually do. Even that you felt, well, it's probably going to drop in, but just cannot quite get the shots right today. Important shots are not happening for him.
Quietly now, please.
Very dramatic in here. Incredibly tense.
Is it going to finish safe? This is a chance for 3-0. Jimmy White goes 3 up the 4 to play on Ronnie O'Sullivan. Is the surprise of the season on the cards. Jimmy White leading Ronnie O'Sullivan by 3 frames to 0. Nobody was expecting this. But can he nail down the win?
Thank you, frame 4. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
The frustration continues. Outwardly, O'Sullivan, you're not getting much of a read from him, but inwardly he must be incredibly frustrated with the way that these 3 and a bit frames have gone.
He hasn't lost yet, though. Well, that needed to be ultra thin.
And a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
So, an early chance for O'Sullivan.
One.
Sullivan quick to try and get onto the red that's just making the black awkward.
3.
Now, is there some kind of a backlash here?
4.
Jimmy White will be expecting something. And Sullivan, maybe the frustrations early in the match will have gone now. Maybe he'll loosen his shoulders and start knocking balls in, and that will worry us.
11.
Jimmy White later on, perhaps.
12.
But for now, let's see what he can do.
$19. $20.
That doesn't look as if it's the kindest run of the ball.
27.
Or does this go to middle?
Yeah, I think it does go.
28.
Yeah, the Reds are okay, as you say. Cue ball just went off to the left side.
$34. $35.
Oh, that's not a good shot by Sullivan's very high standard. He's on the pink, but he would have been straighter on it. I think Cannon didn't work out perfectly. Recovered it okay.
41. $42.
What he can do is win frames very quickly.
I'm sure Sullivan would have thought that if he went into the pack of reds,
49.
he would still be on the red that was already loose. The one right of picture.
But doesn't that shot sum up the way the afternoon has gone for him?
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 49.
Great safety to conclude there.
Yeah, he's still competing very fiercely in this match. It's very hard to hit a red and leave things safe here.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4. Yeah.
I think he's trying to hit the underside of that right-hand red. Round of 2 cushions. Try and leave the cue ball along the black cushion somewhere. It's a very difficult shot to play. Nearly did it. I think Ronnie will probably stay in his chair.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4. Okay. Ronnie.
Made the escape but hit the red on the side that he didn't want to.
1.
So Sullivan should pinch the frame at this opportunity.
Eight. Nine.
As he's got older, O'Sullivan has become more and more stubborn about losing. A few years ago, if things weren't going his way, and he had all sorts of problems, he did let one or
16.
two matches go. But
17.
not now. In the English Open, he won his first two matches 4-3 from 3-1 down. And he was also behind for most of the
24.
Shanghai Masters final. 7-6 down to Sean Murphy and beat him
25.
10-7.
$30. 31. $38. 39.
Jimmy White hasn't had the breath of a chance in this frame, so he's got nothing to look back on with regret.
If
45.
he's going to win the match when the chance comes, he's got to be very positive about it.
46.
Seems like it's taken an age for O'Sullivan to get into any kind of stride, but you feel that he's there now.
49. 50. 54. 56. 59. 63. 68. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 74 on the frame.
Here O'Sullivan has arrived, and with breaks of 49 and 74, he reduces his 3-0 deficit to 3-1. Jimmy White is still 2 up with 3 to play, though. When
Fifth frame. Jimmy White to break.
Secured his place in the Champion of Champions, the general view was it'll be nice to see him. We hope he does well. But nobody expected him to do quite this well, I believe. He mishit his break-off shot there, but was favoured by a beneficial wobble in the corner pocket.
Yeah, the cue ball's actually tight on the bolt cushion now. Bit of good fortune for Sullivan this time. I'm not sure where this frame's going. This has got re-rack written all over it for me. Could be a way that things could be stopped, but a little bit of eye contact between the players. Well, Ronnie's deciding that he's going to try and play something else. A little surprised, because Jimmy could push this red up the table now, the one that's is closest to with the cue ball.
It's nice to be reminded what a great player Jimmy White was in his prime. His career has all too often been defined by losing 6 world finals, but at least he got to those finals, and he was right up there in the top half dozen or so in the rankings for the better part of 2 decades.
Well, Sullivan won that battle then. I thought that Jimmy would just keep it simple on the safety shot, but he went attacking and tried to cover the red up the table and failed.
Three. Four.
Oh, that's a terrific shot. It really is. To move the red and get on the other two as played.
11. 12. $19. 20. 27. 28.
'Good shot again. Went into the bunch at fair pace.
35.
Sullivan racking up some unanswered points
36.
here. Since Jimmy White potted that black to go 3-0, he's not potted the ball since. Although the cue ball has drifted awkwardly now. Now what he doesn't want to do, Sullivan, is present an easy chance for White. This is a big shot, playing the blue. That's the problem, he's missed all the big shots in this match. And he missed that by an absolute mile.
Obviously could have tickled behind a balk colour, but played the positive shot as he almost always does.
1.
That's true, Clyde, but you can be positive in defence. And, I'm not sure Jimmy would have appreciated being another difficult snooker to hit. He's been in a few in the previous frame.
So White came to the table
5.
only 36 behind when it looked as if it was going to be many more.
That blue that Ronnie missed, it's only the right shot if you get it, isn't it? It's one of those. Kick.
Okay.
We've had very few
Jimmy White,
kicks
5.
this week, but that was certainly one.
Just going to say exactly the same. Few and far between. And a horrible sound.
Intended to leave the red to the... not to leave the red to the right of the black for his opponent. If he happened to miss the pot to far corner. And it looks as though he might have done.
One.
White's turn to overrun his positional shot.
Yes, of course, if he thought he was going to overrun, he probably could have gone even harder and tried to get in and out of bulk. Just hit a bit of a flat spot now, Jimmy White. So good early, so positive.
Bramble.
Oh, that's a fabulous shot. That really is. Now that is how he's going to win this match, by playing shots as good as that. Not waiting for the chance, going out and trying to find it. Brilliant.
5.
Had the courage not to back off.
Six.
Well, you feel that he's got to go into the 4 reds here. Well, he's on the middle one. That's okay.
$13.
Just thinking how he's going to get onto a colour. Cue ball can't avoid the 2 reds.
$14.
That was a difficult shot to get right.
Yellow ball.
Well, as he
Jimmy
covered
White,
the red.
14.
The thin cut to the left middle.
I don't think so.
It is thin though, isn't it? As you can see from that, it probably goes, but not a nice shot.
Sullivan made sure he got the cue ball back to the ball cushion, but he has left White this same thin cut. Oh, did he intend to hit that ball? I don't think so.
No, I think he played the thin one that he missed altogether. Could be wrong. That's what I feel about it. You wouldn't want to leave this, put it that way.
1. Eight. Nine.
O'Sullivan can clinch the frame, and probably will, without the aid of the awkwardly situated yellow.
Yeah, it's just 2 more reds needed.
15. 16. 20. 21.
Careless positional shot. May not make much difference to the outcome of the frame.
Ronnie
But
O'Sullivan,
with a difference
21.
of 38, it's only 1 snooker needed, provided White doesn't give any more penalty points away here. Not quite as straightforwardly as perhaps he should have done. O'Sullivan has clinched the frame. So from 3-0 down, he's reduced his arrears to 3-2.
4. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4 on the frame.
So Sullivan has won the last 2 frames, but he's still 1 down with 2 to play. White leads by 3 frames to 2. The Championship Champions is one of Ronnie O'Sullivan's favourite tournaments, and he does not want to go out in the first round.
Okay. Thank you. Frame 6. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break. Can you put that phone away with a flash on it, please?
Looked bad at 3-0 down. Still perilous at 3-2 down.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Sullivan just inching his way into this match, but it's taken, as I said earlier, a long time for him to feel a part of it, I think. Jimmy White has to win that 1 more frame. And if you're a White fan, you wonder how he's going to do that. He's had a couple of chances. He's tightened up a little bit since he went 3-0 up.
Well, a win over O'Sullivan at this stage of his career would be a very big deal.
Yeah, you kind of feel it for both players, what they're going through here. Played it well.
3. 4.
Now, Jimmy looking at the black spot because I think the red's on it, and it's a question of where the black will go. And all the other spots are occupied. Somewhere in behind there, but will the red pop from anywhere?
As near as possible without actually touching the nearest ball.
11.
Well, what do you think? Does it go? I'm not so sure. He's asking
Doesn't
for it to be
actually
checked.
spot, so I'm putting it as close to the red, okay.
I mean, Paul Collier is doing
Can I see it on here?
everything that he can. He doesn't really want to re-spot it again because he's done it,
Thank you.
and the red doesn't go. But it would go if it was a millimetre further back. The referee's job is to get it as close as he can, as Clyde said. He's done too good a job, I think, for Jimmy's liking. Doesn't go. And that's huge.
That was a pretty good alternative.
The red took an age to get to the pocket.
$17.
Played this virtually pocket weight. Sullivan might well have been snookered on that red by the yellow if it hadn't dropped.
Well, the red might not go, but the black
18.
clearly does. That's a very good shot. Well, they couldn't both not go to that left corner. He's got the legs to get up beyond the pink. Nope.
$25. Jimmy White, 25.
A lead of 25 is by no means decisive, but it might be useful.
And it was an attacking safety shot. Jimmy looking at a number of options, but really looks as if he's going to have to play this left-hand red. Goodness, a lot of balls moved there. Could have been worse.
Yes, a lot of shouts to come on Ronnie, but he's got hardly anything to go at.
No, but he seems obliged to want to go for something here. This is an awkward little opener. Right to the middle, cue ball travelling a bit. He's up there with all the greatest players that's ever played the game. Wonder if he could have just sent that cue ball in behind the pink there. Waited one more. He just felt obliged to do something. Again, it could have been worse though.
One.
Good pot, particularly in such circumstances. The colour was always waiting.
Yeah, can he get away from hitting the yellow here? That's the thing. If he hits it full on, the cue ball's not going to move very far. And he has avoided it. This is a very big moment. Still not quite in position.
7.
Excellent shot, well controlled cannon.
Well, he's got a lot of cue power, always has had. Here's his chance to use it. That's all right. Well, this would be a major shock. Jimmy White could beat Ronnie O'Sullivan in a big tournament like this.
Not having won a match on the main tour all season. Oh, what a time to have a kick.
Jimmy White,
unbelievable.
13.
Unbelievable. It definitely kicked. It made a horrid sound.
One.
Well, is White going to get another match clinching chance? Cruel to be robbed of it like that.
Five. Six.
Well, you can get back into the frame, but it's going to be tough to win the frame here. Needs a cue ball to stop.
13.
Just the red up by the yellow is going to be awkward. The red on the right side cushion.
14.
Clearance not really on at this stage.
Twenty-one. 22.
He's got a wonderful snooker
30.
brain. He's eyed up that red on the left, up by the yellow a couple of times. At some point, he's got to work out exactly how he's going to pot it.
$37. $38.
It's going to be the right-hand red first. Keeble heading up towards it naturally. Not really worked out very well.
Didn't clip it
45.
quite as he wanted.
What a shot. 46.
Well, the stunning top. Oh, goodness, is he really playing this shot? Pink towards the red. Well, surely that's one shot too many, even for the great Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 46.
Well, it was like he was setting himself a special challenge. Anyway, he's not left anything.
Well, that's not a good shot from Jimmy. Totally mistimed that. Very tense. You can really feel it. Most nerve-wracking match I've seen, actually. I think the spectators feel the same.
Five.
Can one of the great players of the past beat a great player of the present?
7.
If that is to be the
10.
case, it's going to depend, it would appear, on the deciding 7th frame. Jimmy White was 3-0 up, and he was 38-0 in this frame, but he was cruelly
19.
robbed of what could have been a winning break by an untimely kick.
25.
And O'Sullivan was duly led of the match.
Sullivan, 32 on the frame.
The 3-all on the 7th frame decider. That black put Jimmy White 3-0 up, but it's now 3-all. O'Sullivan from 38 behind, making breaks of 46 and 32 to win the 6th frame.
The deciding frame. Jimmy White to break.
White mishits his break-off shot, but doesn't do any immediate damage, it would appear, unless there's a red to left corner. Whether there was or not, Sullivan preferred to attempt the red to right corner, screwing back for safety if he missed it.
Well, he's taking on all the shots, but Today, not many have gone in. Looked quite dangerous at close range, but that's not surprising.
Sullivan has attempted 13 long pots, and only 2 of them have found the target. 15%. White has potted 2/3 of the balls he's attempted from distance.
Well, he got very close to this, so much so the red's not moved away from the pocket.
One.
Oh dear. But
Jimmy
he's lucky
White,
not to have split the pack asunder and left O'Sullivan an easy starter and several easy ones after that.
Yeah, and the problem is, Clive, where the yellow is finished, it's the natural path back to bog for safety off the left side of a red. It's now in Jimmy's way. Now he might be playing it quarter ball to play inside the line of the yellow. Goodness me, that was tight. The cue ball really swerved away from the red, as we saw from that low angle. He gets a tap there, but from O'Sullivan, but I think Jimmy didn't play it quite like that. Well, that was as planned. That was a good shot. Well, he's not getting the long pots, but he's not stopping him to go for them. You know, he's not adapting his game in any way, and they're just not going in.
And of course, if you miss a pot at speed, there's no knowing where the red is going to go. And that time it split the bunch.
Oh, with his safety game, he really didn't have to play that. Well, he's on a red. Not, I don't think the one that he wanted. This, again, the tension really is evident in both players.
Not to mention this full house. They're absolutely fascinated by it.
That's why we love the game. Moments like this, matches like this. The standard could have been better, but the drama has been right up there. That's such a good shot. He had hardly any angle there. He did very well to whip that cue ball up the table.
So this is a pretty good chance.
13.
Wow. He didn't play the cue ball where it's finished.
$21. $22.
Well, if we look at the pink to the middle, he's got better cueing on the pink. The yellow's not really in the way as it is on the black. Goes on the highest available, the green spot.
28.
But the black is now clearing away, available to both corner pockets. Oh, dear me. The cue's gone on the floor.
Oh dear.
Jimmy White, 28.
Just when he was closing in on a great victory, an easy ball eludes him.
Shouldn't really do that. It's not doing any good to that cue, and he knows it. The frustration he's feeling.
One.
Oh dear. If he loses, he's going to find it difficult to get that shot out of his mind.
8. Nine. $16.
Well, he's always been under pressure in this match, Sullivan. Only because he went 3-0 down, but he must now be feeling that all of a sudden he can go on and win
17.
it. I don't think he's ever felt confident. He must be able to see a winning line now.
Sullivan's only potted 3 long balls out of 16, but his break building in close has still been formidable.
23.
Although he's not scored as heavily as he usually does.
$30. 31.
So he's now struck the front, which will give him a boost, I should think. He can go on and do significant damage here. He can win the match with the 4 reds in the middle of the table, never mind the one below the black.
$39. $46. $47.
It looks as if White is going to end up the loser for this gripping contest.
52. $53.
Again, not interested in the bottom red here. That was well struck, very well struck.
60.
Red and black leaves White needing a snooker.
61.
Not too sure how Ronnie Sullivan, if he does win, has managed to do so, because he's not played very well. He's not putting a long ball. It looks as if somehow he's going to fall over the line here.
69.
Ronnie's got him close. He could still do it.
$76.
Jimmy White led 3-0. At 3-2 he led 38-0, was robbed by
Ronnie
a kick.
Sullivan, 76, frame
And he was also robbed in this frame, although it was by his own hand. He missed a simple red on 29-0, and Ronnie O'Sullivan settled the issue with a break of 76 from that. So a great afternoon's entertainment.